You just said something that is super critical and sent a shiver up my spine. And that is this idea that somebody needs to be the arbiter of who has access, where does stuff sit, that kind of thing. And I know that one of the hardest things on team collaboration is, where is this, who's in charge, who has access, who doesn't. Can you give us a very short kind of description of how do you decide who that arbiter is and what are the guidelines that they have to put in place?
So we have a saying at Stockpress, which is configuration, not customization. And I think this is a big thing that hopefully answers that question, is that within an organization, there is always going to be someone that plays the role of, traffic cop, the person that's moving things around and facilitating the way that people work. So we understand that within an organization. So certainly the way that we did that with Stockpress is we tried to make as much of the kind of toolkit for managing and sharing those files as flexible as possible. So we have unlimited users in all of our packages, which means that you can get everyone into a platform to begin with. When those people come into the platform, they can be assigned a certain role, and the administrator of the platform can choose what that role looks like. They can make it as flexible as they want, according to the access that people need and the capabilities that people need. They can also be assigned to a team. So what we're trying to do with file management is bring in some of these kind of themes from kind of Slack, where you can be in a wider channel with people. You can do one-to-many communication of something. Not a lot of file management platforms have that, if any. So again, I think there's how you organize the people in the first place. Then it's about being able to be flexible around what they can see in the first place. And then the third part of that element is what can they do with those files? Because for us, and this is a live example, bearing in mind, we kind of ran our agency for 3 years whilst we were building and then using Stockpress to make sure that it did exactly what we hoped it would do. Is that actually, those roles kind of play out, they do change, they're very fluid, and the ability to be able to change them kind of on the move, because actually someone needs to be able to have additional responsibility or, additional kind of role to play within a task or a project. You want to be able to change that yourself and on the go, rather than be limited by, either limited roles in the first place or having to reach out to the software platform and say, hey, could you customize this for us? Because actually it doesn't quite fit our needs. So, the only reason that we could build the platform in this way and look at configuration in the first place was that we knew what it was like to work in this kind of agile way. And actually, we didn't really realize it at the time when we were building it, but the agile nature of our business, I think, is something that a lot of people are kind of coached around. It's just that our default was to be agile, as opposed to, have these kind of stringent kind of parameters set around us.